So I'll leave it right in the middle on the Knicks scale, 5, dead in the middle.
That's Billy Blanco, the Knicks assist. He would do 5 dead in the middle. After he said he was a little nervous and everything, be about you just don't want to. Sometimes you got to slap your children. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to slap your children because right now my level is like an 8. My level is like an 8 on the KNICKTER scale, and the reason being because Cleveland is coming, Boston is coming, Detroit is already here. What it do? It's your boy Lifeline, a GOAT Mex. We got Benny Blanco on the building. How you doing, B?
What's going on, man? Trying to survive all this snow. I thought we was in New York, man. I ain't think we was in Alaska.
Yeah, I heard. Man. I got to reach out to my sister and my family up there because I heard it's crazy. I heard it's crazy. We're not gonna hold you long, bro. We got a little thing called, well, we do Knicks World, but right now I'm gonna give this a title right now because I got 5 questions for you. Just 5 questions, all Knick questions. But I want to know, like right now, the Knicks is going through like an earthquake. So
Yeah.
this segment right here is called the KNICKTER scale. So at the end, I'm gonna ask you what's the level of it? Is it but we're gonna start with the first question. Do you feel the Knicks could take the number 2 spot? And if it's important that they do that for the playoffs?
Well, you know, that old saying, the numbers don't lie. So
Mm.
if getting to number 2 can avoid Detroit for a little bit, then I would think that that's the way to do it. Or that's, you got your probable chance of advancing that way. Can they do it? Remains to be seen. If it was Thibodeau coaching this team, I would say yes, because out of every year that Thibodeau coached the team, they played the best at the end going into the playoffs. And then you can research this. This is facts. All the Thibodeau teams going into the playoff, they were playing good. Now, Mike Brown, I don't know too much about him. This is the first time. His resume speaks for itself. But as a Knicks fan, we need this to happen. Get the number 2 or the number 1 if it's possible.
Now, I get that. I get that. I'm with you. I believe they need the number 2 spot to avoid Detroit, get a momentum in the playoffs, and then see what it is like. Just go and just fight it out. Because Detroit is not proven either in the playoffs yet because they still new. All right. Number 2 questions, right? Should Cat be the Knicks' number 1 option offensively? How you feel about that?
Great question. It's what I've been talking about, with Knicks fans out here. And it's the sense is, in reality, he has to be. He has to be the number 1 option because he's not the player that's going to go get it. So you have to make sure everything is he's getting touches, plays are being run for him so he can be engaged. Brunson is going to get his. He's already proven that he's going to get his. But Cat, you have to work with him. So if I'm coaching the Knicks, number 1 option is going through Cat. So then now the defense can pay attention to him and other guys are loose. And you got Brunson, the closer, the clutch player of the year last year.
Yeah, I agree too. I said this last year as well because Brunson could make this team be as great as it can, but by him shooting and dominating the ball, Cat is one of them guys you gotta my love language is crazy, but for me to even say this, but my love language is what it's called words of affirmation. I'm one of person, you ain't gotta tell me who I am, but appreciate it. I like to, that's why when somebody do something, I say, I appreciate it, bro. I do that, thanks, or whatever. So, and I think Cat seemed like that type of player, but I think sometimes his teammates don't cheer him on like that. They don't, they let him get up and down with his moves. So I feel like he need to be the number one option because Brunson already got the ball. So whenever he need to take over, he could take over. But if you're not feeding Cat the ball, he's not being in a rotation. He's not being feeling like he's a part of the game. He's not even going to play defense as hard. He gonna get his rebounds because he's big and they coming to him. But if he's the number one option, he'll get it going early and hopefully that momentum go into the later quarters. You know? Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So the number 3 question: Mike Brown, coach. Can he coach the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Listen, man, great question. Again, it remains to be seen. Mike Brown's resume is outstanding. It's outstanding. He worked with Popovich. I mean, come on. Um, this is his first year as the Knicks. Could it be like, how players sometimes and you need a couple of years to get, used to a system or whatever. Could that apply to coaches? Could it take a coach a couple of years to really coach this team the way he wants to and where we're gonna win? So it
Yeah.
remains to be seen. Again, I can't judge the guy. It's only his first year, and looking at his resume is crazy. Um, he has to find a way to get at involved, engaged for the whole game.
Mm. Yeah, I get that. I don't know what Mike Brown has done in the playoffs. Um, I know when he had LeBron, he went far, you know?
Mhm,
They went to the East, they went to
mhm.
the finals, but that was with LeBron. So sometimes that be a little, a little shiny thing it looks shiny, but then it really ain't when you move it away from the star. So but right now, I'm hoping he can, but it's yet to be seen. And we can't even say nothing now. We could say Tibbs, we could say this. We got Mike right now. We just gotta see what it could do. So I'm hoping that he pushed the guys and motivate the guys and a lot of guys to go forward because I feel like they got the talent. They just got to be motivated and coached properly. Okay. This is the number 4 question. Do Brunson give you any confidence that he could be the best player slash scorer and closer to beat Detroit? Because he was last year. Last year, he played his butt off in that series. Do you think he could repeat it for this year?
Um, I have no reason to say what no. I do believe in his talent. He proved it. I actually want him to be more of a playmaker.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I think he already proved that he can score. I think he already proved that down the clutch, he can be that clutch player. So I don't really need the 35 to 40 points like he was doing in the playoffs last year. It was like 30 every night or 40 and better. Like it was crazy, which was fine. But I don't think with this team he needs to do that. So I would like to see him more in the 10 assists guy, 20 points maybe.
mm. I got you. I got you. And then close when he need to close. That's what you're saying. Like score, but distribute more, and then close when he need to close. Okay. 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 All right. This is the last question. We
5
did
questions.
questions, right? This is the 5th question. Is it finals or bust for the Knicks this year?
I'm not gonna say it's finals You mean win the finals or get to the finals?
Get to the finals.
Just get into the finals.
Hmm.
Um, I would say yes, in a way, because
Wow.
Halliburton is not there. You know, apparently Tatum might come back, but the guy's coming back an injury. So how, you know, how you gonna expect that much from him? And Detroit's there. So, and we beat them already. And I strongly feel that it's not we have to beat Detroit in the playoffs. Detroit have to beat us in the playoffs because we beat them.
Mm.
So, um, I it might be get finals above.
Okay, okay. And it's rough because I want to say that if they had Tibbs, like Mike Brown first year, I don't know if he it should be bust, you know. But the Knicks players have to feel that because they went that far last year and was a few games from the finals, and then on top of it, they got to remember, like you say, that the East is open. So the players should feel that. I don't know if the fans should feel it. How you feel about that as a player and as a fan?
As far as what?
I feel like as a fan, we could possibly put
Yeah.
that pressure on the Knicks to be like, finals or bust. But as a player, no, as a fan, me myself, I wouldn't put it on them because I know the dynamics. But as a player, I would take that responsibility because I see what's open. Because in all actuality, there's a lot of moving pieces. We lost a lot of players last year. Every player wasn't significant, but we lost some players. So we switched the rotation. We brought up some smaller guards. We did this. Even right now, we got some pieces. So I'm just saying, because most of the teams that go to the finals don't go and with a first year coach or with a whole bunch of moving pieces. You know, and I'm not saying like the pieces that we have are significant. Like we didn't move no stars around, but
Right.
at the same time, the players' roles changed because the coach changed. That's the only thing. The difference between what Ted played last year and what Mike Brown played this year, Towns is having his worst season like in a minute. It's not really a bad season, but the numbers in his field goal percentages, things are not looking that good. So
Right.
I want to ask you as a fan, do you feel like is finals a bust? And then how you feel the players should come from a player's perspective, like if you was on a team.
Um, realistically, let's just keep it funky, man. Like if we don't make the finals, um, we got to move Cat and we got to get Giannis. It's just what it is, man. And I truly believe that Giannis does want to come to New York. Believe it or not, it wasn't going to happen at the trade deadline. It's going to be much easier to get him in the off season. And if that's what it takes, listen, it might even let's say the Knicks win the finals, we still might have to move Cat to get Giannis. It's just what it is.
Yeah, see, that wasn't even a question, but you moved the envelope right there. That wasn't on the paperwork. I mean, because right now, I've been said that. I've been said that. I mean, Giannis, and the sad thing about it is this, bro, and I'm be real with you. Giannis and Brunson and everybody else could go. I wouldn't want that, but only I said that because once you move those contracts, you could get other players. But one thing you can never do
Hmm.
is get another Giannis. You can't get another Giannis. So
Right.
therefore, I'd rather have Giannis to build around than the whole other players waiting to try to see if I can get Giannis. So I get you. I get you. Now, with these last little bit of games left, this is just open dialogue right now because now I'm just gonna ask you a question. We're gonna wrap the show up. We're gonna do a short show. But right now, with these last little bit of games, it's like 20 something games, maybe less than 25 games and the skid that they went on with this turbulence that's going on from a 9 from a 10 Richter scale or Nichter scale to a 1 is like no problem. We ain't even worried about it. What what's your panic level right now for the turbulence that's going on for the Knicks dropping to like the 4th spot?
Um, yeah, man, I'm concerned. I'm
Okay.
concerned. Um, like I was watching the game last night with Cleveland, and I'm looking at their roster, and their roster got better. Um, so we can fall behind Cleveland. That's a possibility.
Okay.
Um, Boston, Tatum practiced the other day. They asked
Mm.
the coach, did Tatum practice? And he said, yeah. And they asked him, what did he do? He just stared at them. He didn't say nothing. But he practiced. Um, it's a very possibility we can slip and roll down, which is not good. I think it's gut check time, man. How many more games? What, 20, 22, 23? Yo, let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go, man. Let's get it cracking. Number one, if Cat's struggling, we need to get him on pace. Another guy, Bridges. Listen, man, when Brussels get double teamed, I don't need you to get the ball and pass. I need you to shoot. I need you to
Mm.
go to the basket. You looking for people, ain't nobody there. You got to go.
I got you. So so on a scale, what is it? 10 is panic mode, or 1 is like, don't worry about it. Where you at?
Um, as far as us spiraling down, or
Just panicking, period, because it's like it's right now. Like right now, you got 1 to 10, bro. We ain't gonna make it tough. We ain't gonna make it hard. Like 10 is panic. 10 is like, yo, we could possibly slip to 5, or we could possibly, like 10 is like, yo, you concerned. Or you can say 8. So scale 1 to 10. So just come where like, 10 is the highest and 1 is the lowest. Like it's no problem. Highest and 1 is the lowest. Like it's no problem. Like we good.
okay. I am going to say I'm gonna go dead in the middle with 5 because I'm not
Okay,
gonna
so
front here and say I'm not concerned.
okay. Okay, that's
Um,
cool.
I'm gonna put it right in the middle, and I believe hard in this team, man. I really do. It's just there's just something, a couple of little things that's just like annoying me. So I'll leave it right in the middle on the Knicks scale, 5, dead in the middle.
That's Billy Blanco, the Knicks assist. He would do 5 dead in the middle. After he said he was a little nervous and everything be, you just don't want to. Sometimes you got to slap your children. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to slap your children because right now, my level is like an 8. My level is like an 8 on the KNICKTER scale. And the reason being because Cleveland is coming. Boston is coming. Detroit is already here. And I know some people say, well, I don't worry about Cleveland, this, that, and the other. But right now, it's just what I told y'all when the trade happened. Them big guys is playing better with Harden. Harden make big guys look good because he gets you to rock. So right now, what's the guy name? Not Mobley, the other guy. What's the other big guy name? I
On
can't think of his
Cleveland,
name right now.
the fro,
Yeah, the fro. Yeah, he's playing awesome
the
right
fro.
now. James Harden got him looking great. So right now, I'm at an 8 right now because I really don't know what Mike Brown. If we had Thibodeau, no worries. But right now we got Mike Brown,
Right.
and I'm not so confident that that they're gonna do it. And I told you early in the season, I'm worried about the Knicks because our best 2 offensive players is our least defensive players. They defensive liabilities. So
Wow,
the more they're in the game, the
you're
more
right.
they're in the game, the more it hurts. So and then we don't got a lot of big guys who play defense. We got some wing guys. But when we get to play them teams with them big guys, I don't know how it's gonna line up, and that's why I wanted Giannis because I know Giannis could protect the paint and he could give a problems to the big. Like Cat drives, he drives good sometimes, and even Shaq was getting on him. So right now, hopefully he be more aggressive, and then
Yep.
he look to make the shot instead of look to draw the foul. Because sometimes it's like when when he's driving, he want to get a foul or he want to get bailed out instead of making a shot. Like they need to make
Right.
sure that he's doing that. So right now, I'm at an 8, bro. I'm 80% concerned. I'm 80%. I'm like big time. Like 2 more clicks, and I'm like, yo, because I'm not. I want the Knicks for real, because I see other teams moving up, and I see us
Right.
moving down. Yeah, that's what's up, bro. Man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. You got anything you want to say
Yeah.
before we
So
get out of here?
I just want to add. I just want to add that I think it might even, I spoke a little bit. So Brunson might have to change his game. And again, we can go with Cat as the first option, but Brunson has to step in that role and get him the ball, because I noticed, and it's just only been a few games, when Alvarado is in the game and Brunson is not, or even if Brunson's in the game because Alvarado runs the point when he's in there, he's getting Cat the ball. He's
Mm.
getting him the ball, yo. You know what I'm saying? So Brunson is a scoring point guard where he's looking to drop 30, and he could do it. It's not that he can, he could do it. But what we need for Cat, and as it might be a little prima donna-ish on his part, he needs somebody to feed him, man. He needs somebody to feed him, unfortunately. That's what I've noticed. I'm watching Cat last year and this year. He needs that point guard to feed him, and Brunson is a scoring point guard. So there's the problem.
Yeah, and not just feed him. Tell him go eat. Like, see, that's the difference. And that's why, I love Brunson because he's clutch, because he don't have a conscience. But he don't motivate other players. He's
Yep.
so, he just do what he do, but he
Hmm.
don't tell him like go get the ball. Like, like when you got a point guard, they tell you come get the ball, post up. He's not directing Cat to do what he needs to do. And I hate to say this because this is so cliche. And I hate to even say this because I'm gonna have a segment on things, myths of the NBA. Because I really believe you don't make other players better. I really don't. I think this is a myth. This is something like you could make the team play better. You don't make players. These players been working out since they've been 5 years old. You
Right.
can put them in a
Right.
position though to play their best. Like giving them the ball where
There you
they
go.
want it. And I think sometimes Brunson don't give Cat the ball where he needed. He's not focused on that. He's not focused on getting Cat into the offense because he can shoot whenever he want to because he has the ball and he's on the perimeter. So sometimes you gotta let your guy eat. So therefore, when the game is on the line and things of that, he got a rhythm. Because that's why Brunson has to play Superman at the end because he don't let his teammates, well, really Cat. I ain't gonna say his teammates because Bridges get his shots and Nobi get his shots. All these guys get their shots. But it seemed like this year they haven't been forcing it to Cat to make him a part of the offense. So you might be right, bro. We'll see what goes on, man. We'll see what's
Yeah.
going on. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you,
No
man.
doubt.
Stay
No doubt.
stay out the snow, man. We gonna chime back in later this
Trying,
week, man.
man.
I'm gonna try to get Sev on some stuff. I'm gonna do these little shows so we won't have a holdover when we all can't get along, when we all can't get together.
I
All
like
right?
it. I like it. This was fun. This was fun, and I appreciate it.
No doubt.
And you could ask me anything about the Knicks. I'm gonna speak. But
I
this was
already
fun. I
know.
like this.
All right, well, that's what's up, B. Hold it down, bro. Peace.
No doubt, man.